Hello, hello. Can I find my headphones? Can I find my headphones? Oh, there they are. Oh, there they are. Oh, there they are. Are they working? I'm pressing the right button. Working. I'm pressing the right button. Working. I'm pressing the right button. Working. I am. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hello. Oh, no, move that back. I want to move me to roughly the center of the screen. And open up this. And hopefully this works. Hello, everyone. Hello, John Culver. How are you doing? I'm an echoey doctor. Hopefully I've improved now. Basically, sometimes it takes me a while to find my headphones because I stick them on charge and then they disappear. Because for some reason, this cable can take them anywhere, it seems. Apart from where I'm supposed to leave them. Now, I promised someone, because they were talking about me, and they wanted me to build an HMS Thunderchild. Hopefully the echoey stuff is gone by now. I'll just check. Echoing gone? Because I turn off my headphone. I mute the sound from the screen, so that I don't echo. Ooh, let's see. I think I'll have some milk first, and then I will open some. I've lost the echo. That's good. So, we're going to try and build an HMS Thunderchild. And see if we can use her. First of all, I have to find the correct stats for HMS Thunderchild. I have found the stats. Let's see. So, Thunderchild. And a couple of miles out, laying ironclad, very low in the water. Hello, Spike. Very low in the water, almost to my brother's perception like a waterlogged ship. That was the Thunderchild. A few paragraphs later it said that it was a torpedo ram. Thunderchild steaming headlong, coming into rescue, threatening shipping. HMS Thunderchild signals the main fleet and steams at full speed towards the Martians without firing. The Martians, whom narrator suggests are unfamiliar with large warships, having come from an arid planet, at first use only a gas attack. When this fails to have any effects, they employed a heat ray, inflicting fatal damage on the Thunderchild. The ship continues to attack, bringing down one of the fighting machines with its gun, even as it succumbs. The flame wreckage of the ironclad finally rams into a second fighting machine, destroying it. When the black smoke and superheated steam bangs dissipate, both the Thunderchild and its fighting machine are gone. The attack by the Thunderchild occupies the Martians long enough for the Royal Navy warships of the main Channel Fleet to arrive. So do we think we're talking battleship or... Battleship or cruiser? Do we think battleship or cruiser? Can I specify a reflective paint? I wish I could. We're going to have to go British. Who are going to stand in for the Martians? Oh, it's going to be the Germans. And we're going to go back as early as we can. Let's do that. Battleship, armoured cruiser we're going. I'm going to go with battle cruiser for this period, because I think that's probably armoured cruiser in this period. And I'm going to put her up against... What should I put her up against? Let's put her up against another battle cruiser. Let's see how she does her again. Does her system. Let's design ships. No hulls for battle cruiser. Dang and blast it. Let's go with heavy cruiser. Let's see what we can design. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. Not exactly what I'm planning, but that is cute. What I love is they won't allow me to build... let's exit and go back to here. Shared design selective. Always shared designs off. I think we're going to have to go with battleship just to get something big enough. Hello, Jonathan. Zealandia. You see, I like St. George. It's a ram. Let's see if I get up to 24 knots. Coal fuel. Coal is what I can get. Natural, basic steam engine. I can't get anything. I can't even get triple expansion. Steam steering. Iron plate. Compound. And I'm now overweight. Standard bulkheads. Taking the draft down to as narrow as possible. Well, let's take the beam down to as narrow as possible as well. That's starting to look, to my mind, what a steam ram would be. What do you think? And now look, do the Russian Navy have the circular corvette? No, but they have some very interesting ships still. Me. So funnels. We want side-by-side funnels, really. Because that's more what she has. Give me centralized weight distribution. This is looking more and more like an armoured canoe, isn't it? Let's be honest. It is looking more and more like an armoured canoe. And... well, that's definitely some firepower on her. Now, I'm going to have to think through her armour and all the other stuff she has, but let's see what we can do. There's nothing really I can maximise with those. I'd love to fit that much of a armoured belt, but I don't think I'm going to get away with more than a 10-inch belt. Engine efficiency, 26.3%. I have not got enough funnel space. Engine efficiency 46%. 60%. Hey. That's a lot of funnels, but it just about might make it work. I don't think you can get. I don't think you can get any the round. I don't think the Russian Navy has the. Well, I thought you were talking about real life for the circular corvette, but I don't think on here they actually allow you to build a circular corvette, which is a shame because it could be fun. Secondary guns, 6-inch. Why would anyone put anything other than a 6-inch? Casemate guns, 6-inch. That should just about do that. I do need a main tower. And I need a secondary tower. Preferably one which can actually fit. And I need torpedoes. So basically, my ideal ship is a little bit too heavy, but it's still possibly in the battleship realm rather than the... I know what I'm going to look up. I had the stats with me earlier. So, I'm going to model this on my favourite of the sort of the sovereign class vessels, because I always think of it as a sort of sovereign era vessel. And my favourite, without a doubt, is the one and only HMS Renown. Now, she actually has 10-inch guns. So I'm going to do that. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take this down to 10-inch guns, because they actually do make sense in this period. So, yeah. Ten-inch guns, and her belt is only 8 inches. Her decks are 3 inches, between 2 and 3 inches. We'll make them 3. Aft belt. Conning tower. Oh, we'll make that down to 9. Right then, turret armor. Oh, we'll take this down to 6. Definitely take that down. We'll take that up to 3. Barbettes to 10. Casemate armor. Ooh. We can take that down to 6. We are still 1,500 tons over. Right then, we need to lose something. Now, actually, she had Harvey armor. That's considered what are the torpedo size? 15-inch. Yes, 15-inch. When in real life, she had a... Ooh. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. Don't take this wrong way. I'm going to take this up a little bit further. Then, just because I think I can do something a little bit better in this period. Again, I'm going back to battleship number 2 rather than battleship number 1 because it's just better for me. I want to be able to go 24 knots still. And I want the beam down to the narrowest, and I want the draft down to the shallowest. So I want it the minimal it can possibly be. Right? I do want standard quarters, and I want veterans, because, again, this is a British ship. It's going to have probably veterans on there. Induced. I'm going to have triple expansion, because I'm going to have triple expansion. I'm going to have army armor. I'm going to have a little bit of anti-torpedo. I'm going to leave a single hull. A little bit of anti-flood. And Citadel 1 level. Yeah, that'll do. Standard bulkheads. Yeah. But otherwise, we're going to do this sort of the same as we last did it. Oh, we might actually be able to get this. Yeah, that's it. That's a lot of engine inefficiency. I might not have to make it induced. Ooh. Induced gets me to that. But, oh, that's better. Oh, that's better. Definitely better. Right now. Oh. 1890 is really, really restrictive, yes, for making ships. It really is. It really is restrictive for making ships. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Now, yeah. And then I need to put in the torpedo launchers. Space has got torpedoes all around. This thing is gonna... This would be a nightmare to actually fight. I'm just looking at it going, yeah, if you'd actually existed, there would have been people having panic attacks when you arrived. Right then. Now, again, we go down to 8 inches. That's not letting me go down. You see, this is what I find annoying. It's not letting me go down to as low as I actually historically would have gone down to. Main belt would have been 3 to... I don't know. 2. That goes down to as low as 9. Citadel armor... Yeah, I'm going to leave that. That I will put down to what it was historically on these ships, which was 6 inches. And 3 inches on the top. And a barbette of 10 inch. Now, again, casemate answer. 6 inches. With 3 inches on the top. And I am 200 tons overweight, so where can I lose 200 tons? Where can I lose 200 tons? There you go, lost 200 tons. And that's not actually... Hang on. Well, you see, the traditional, the real Renown had a top speed of 19 knots. And if I drop that down, then you see it's real. Everything fits. But I want her to be able to do 24 knots. Because that's going to be faster than pretty much anything else that's going to be out there. So I need to find a way to have her lose 300 tons at this point. So let's start thinking things through. I'm just going up the weight. Now, if I take it down from 24 knots to 21 knots, i.e. Dreadnought. Ooh, hang on. Do I need to take it down to 24 knots? Can I take it to 22 knots? Ooh. I've got 150 still left. 23. Over the rock. That was too high. 22 and a half. 22.4. Engine efficiency, 124.9%. This could be a little assassin. Hello, let's look at you. Let's look at you. You are going to be very shallow. You are going to be very fast for your size. And you've got a fairly decent range. No, leave it that way. Nope, leave it standard bulkheads. Yeah. That's very little armor, at least UAD wise. Hello, Garius. HMS Pondskipper. I was thinking more HMS Renown meets Thunderchild, so I think it's gonna call. I think I'm gonna call her. Renown Child. How are you doing? Anyway, actually, now I've got this one. How is everyone doing? So this is my version of HMS Thunderchild, built in UAD. It is slightly different, and I really should stick more armor on the front if I'm going to make it a ram, but it's already got a 4-weight offset of 15%. I'm not sure how. Let's see what we can do to basically reduce that down a bit. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. And let's go see what our opponent's going to get. Oh. I will let the auto design have fun with that. Let's see what it produces. 10-inch 31 gun. Oh, this is... What's its speed? 19.8 knots. The Grosser Kurst. Seasoned with cramped quarters and... Oh my god, this is, let's be honest. So there was a period of German shipbuilding which was really weird, and I think we can all agree this period is it. Ah well, to battle. It is a very French-looking ship for the Germans. Shift funnel sauce, easy fix. Yeah, that's probably what I will end up having to do. But let's see how she behaves first. Let's put her on the AI so I can claim it's fair. It's not entirely down to me if she wins or loses. But it allows me also to play around and do this. Hello. That is a ship which is rocking. That is a rocking ship, isn't it? Enemy smoke spotted to the north. We are heading north. We have a lot of torpedoes. Basically, get within 6-inch gun range, you'll massacre them. Why are you hanging out at long range? Oh good, we're now into 6-inch gun range. It's working. Let's go have a look at our opponent. I mean, this is what you find when you do the early fights. They really do the early fights. They are rocking. Remember, this is basically me using HMS Renown of 1895 fame, and basically Admiral Fisher's safest ship he ever commanded fame, to try and form a base of How is it? Oh, good lord. That's some good shooting. I'm difficult to hear over the combat. Okay, let's see what's happening. Why it's difficult to hear over the combat. That should be slightly better. The audio is supposed to be sort of all good, so hopefully you can hear me over the combat. And still have those larger vessels that those enemy vessels were outside. Yeah. Right, Alex, how realistic is the UAD syndrome where you can spot ships with destroyers and cruisers whilst leaving larger ships out of the enemy's visual range? That's actually what they did a lot of, and if you consider when we're talking about Barber-class destroyers and their role in night action, where basically getting close and illuminate the enemy with their guns, that's pretty much what you're talking about. The enemy will be going, theoretically under this one, going, where are the British warships? Where are their guns firing from? Boom! Oh, they're over the horizon. Okay, but not sure where. How do they know where we are? Well, because we're burning, because of these annoying little gnats which are close to us and spotting us, and radioing back our position. The 6-inch guns are doing the vast majority of their damage, aren't they? This one has 5.3-inch, 4.5-inch guns. I've just gone for a uniform 6-inch belt. That is better. Basically, all my guns, if you can see, if there are guns here, they're either 6-inch or 10-inch. I have basically gone, right then, let's standardise logistically. This is in contrast to the actual HMS Renown, which had 10 6-inch guns. So this vessel has 14. Okay. But I'm using those extra 4 6-inch guns to replace 12 12-pounder guns, 12 3-pounder Hotchkiss guns, and, well, this one has 7 troops, and historically the actual Renown has 5. But I did take the lessons because the lovely vessel known as the Thunderchild is described as a torpedo ram. So I decided it had to have more torpedoes. Hello, Kingsbrook. How you doing? Actually, Steve, I actually added in some extra slides, well, an extra slides to the long patrol that will be of yesterday's live to respond to your points. So I hope you find it interesting. It's going to be a literal slide where I literally explain what I'm saying and why I'm saying what I'm saying in terms of development and evaluation. I'm doing well. Today's been an interesting day. Today's been very interesting. I've got a lot of work done, but I've had some interesting ideas come through, and there's been some lovely conversations going on with my including Garius the Brit, who's on here somewhere. He's one of the who's the moderator, who's the only moderator I have on my Twitter. Actually, chatting over him, and we've got plans which are coming out, which should be announced soon, which are going to be very, very cool. And they come out and they're all official, and everyone's going, woo! I think you're racing a little bit far away. I think you need to turn around and engage. But I know you can, because this vessel's This vessel's not doing 19.8 knots. It's damaged enough. It's not. And there's water coming over things. That's never a good sign when water's coming over things because they've started to take on more water at the stern. Whereas I wouldn't be surprised if she is still racing ahead at 22.4 knots. At a certain point... Oh, good lord, the torpedoes only have a range of 1.5 kilometers. Oh, that's just rude. This is the point people often make, go things, why don't you build a torpedo cruiser? Because it would absolutely dominate everything within 1.5 kilometers. But, you know, your 6-inch gun can engage your enemy at 8.3 kilometers. And your 10-inch guns at 11 kilometers. And that's your 5.3 and 4. Basically, this is nicely keeping... Ooh, the 9.3-inch gun has a really long range but can't hit you there. The 10-inch gun is pointless. This is a really bad positioning for this for the Grosser. She's basically positioned herself so she's in 6-inch gun range, but not any closer. So basically, they're going along. They're so long having a long-range 6-inch gun battle. Oh, Dr. Griffonius. Yeah, I don't like my ships having that much water on it. Honestly, I'm of the view that if my ship has that much water on its deck, something's going terribly wrong. This might make me too much of a realist, but seriously, something has gone terribly wrong. AI, going control. I didn't realise you meant no, you didn't have to turn on. That would explain something. But this should not be good for you. I swear you were actually hitting more when you were firing a single shell at them. There we go, getting some hits now. Oh, there goes an engine. That's not good. Anyone think the crossover first is not installed? That ship is not long for this world. That does not. So let's go see how our version of a ram is doing. Hello. Cameron. Hi Doc, I was just watching the James Cagney Halsey film. Which of the portraits of him do you think is most accurate? Cagney, Quaid, or Mitchell? The oldest one, and I'm trying to remember who that is, but the oldest one is probably most accurate. The rest are all sort of imaginations of him. So what should we do now? What people like to do? What they like to, you know, we've done the Thunderchild one, which was, I will take you over that ship again, so you can see her. Could always full weight offset, move that back. That back. Ooh, we're getting the offsets down. Can't fit a bar bed in there. Central guns. Can I fit another 10-inch gun there? No. Ooh, no, that can't fire anymore. I need a barbette. And it won't let me put barbettes on it. You hereby do your standing request for a Super Argent-Core era cruiser. I will have a look at the very bad case of semi-submersibles when I get off this. Increased torpedo or standard torpedo ammo? Ooh, we can up 7-inch. Standard torpedo, fast torpedo. We'll go to standard torpedo. Keep it. But I do have to lose about 20 tons. Okay. What are we gonna do? How can we do this? Half weight offset down by that much, that down by that much. Half weight to 0.4%. Nope. Full belt. But that takes it overweight. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. So let's see. Can you still put 40 5.5-inch guns on a 1920 light cruiser? Haven't opened a UAD in a few months. Let's go and let's save this. Let's exit this and go to 1920s. And go light cruiser versus light cruiser. Design ship. I will do them in order, but I will get to your King's Rook Super Argent-Core era cruiser. And let's go. Secondary tower. Funnels. Should be enough. And let's see what we can do with your guns. Right, you wanted to see if you can get 40 5.5-inch guns. Well, I think we're going to need to make this vessel a bit bigger. And we're going to want to make it a bit beamier. And probably a bit shallower in draft. And we'll see. Okay. So you might have heard there is a voice very strongly protesting from just outside my door. And testing on many, many levels, I must add. So I will just be going and opening a door, because if I don't, we will never hear the end of it. Hello, Seneca. You haven't left your brother out there, have you, somewhere? No? Ay, caramba. There are no Spanish involved today. You can't assist the Spanish. I'm not fighting the Spanish. And no assisting the Carthaginians either, okay? Fluffy research assistants. E-bygum. E-bygum. Let's get that out the way so you can sit down. Oof. Ay, caramba. So, can we get 40 guns on? We've already got 15. But I think we can do more than this. I think we can do more. So let's go back to this one and go for the slightly smaller tower option. Put that about there. Again with the secondary tower, go for the slightly smaller tower option. And funnels. That should do. Let's see what we can do in terms of... You see, you weren't supposed to jump in here, were you? You told me you were supposed to jump in here, and someone's just come hunting for you. Doesn't give you necessarily the best field to fire for them. Well, let's see, how many have we got? We've got... Well, that's 5, so that's 15 on the back. We've got another... 15 frontwards. So that's 30. We've got 38. We can probably, if we go through, yeah, I'm reckoning that's 46. Let's see what we can do with them. We want them to be 5.5 inch. We want them to be slightly longer. Yeah. That's I think that's enough firepower to do most jobs. Some guns have poor sectors of fire, you don't say. This is pretty capable vessel in terms of, how do I put this politely? This is what we would call not a flak ship, but a spam ship. In that your world is going to be very, 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 how do I put this politely? Very, very quickly become no longer your world. In that this thing turns up, there isn't much chance of you actually surviving. You want to carry increased ammunition shells. If you can get automatic going and electro-hydraulic turrets, range finding, yeah, let's go stereoscopic. Let's give them some sonar, so British Star Cruiser, RDF, and radar. Yeah, this thing is basically floating Armageddon for any air attack on your task route. You could indeed fine-tune the placement, yes. You can. I wonder if I could change those for triples. I don't think I could. I don't think a triple would fit in that space. I'm tempted. To take those down to twins. Now, I have a reason for this. And I know I've just lost myself, well, 4 guns overall, but I think that would actually be a better balance of firepower. Oh yeah, when holding shift you can have more fun. You can go sort of things like, ooh, what can I do you? You can go, ooh, well that's a better placement for that one. Rather than putting in that, but I'm just, at the moment I'm just sort of going, right, where should we put these? But yeah, you can put a lot of these on a cruiser. But the question was, or the other question I was asked about cruisers, was what would a cruiser look like in an Agincourt world? Well, yeah, basically, if you're dealing with that many if you're dealing with that many 5.5 inch guns, you're crying. At a certain point, you're just going, yeah, this is just not fair. There is no need to be this mean to me. There are actual, more than likely, actual people who'll be lodging complaints going, this is mean, you've built this thing. So, what would a light cruiser be like in a world with an HMS Agincourt with all that gunnery? That's a pretty interesting question to think about, really. We hold the shifter key down. Sorry, just adding in a personal favourite here. Just because I can, basically. And again, this is a British ship, so yeah, let's add in some 4-inch guns. Poor sectors of fire? Who cares? This thing, you come at it from any angle, you're getting slaughtered. Increased shells, yes, all those things. Spacious accommodation, full veterans. Engine efficiency, pitch 17.7%. Oof. At this point, this thing starts to look like a small battleship, let's be honest. This point is carrying... Cape Town is, you know... It's got enough speed, enough range, enough capability to go pretty much anywhere, anytime it wants. Still got 200 tons left for me to play with it, and that's a dangerous area to be in, because, honestly, I will just start adding in things which I probably don't need. Well, yeah, you could take it down to 5.25 inch and it really go really accurate. Let's see, let's take speed down to 34 knots, because that's probably fast enough for this thing. And that's just not a ship which is going to be fun for anyone to fight. Yeah. Honestly, if these were used, let's be honest. This thing has a broadside theoretically of 9 plus 4 plus an. Oh no, hang on. That's 12. That's 9 plus 12 plus 9. So a broadside of 35.5-inch guns. And a total capacity of 42 5.5-inch guns, plus 4 4.5-inch guns if they really want to add them to the firepower. This is the 5.5-inch gun requested, but I think also, in the nicest way, this might fit in the Super Argent Core world, because if you've got that much firepower, you know, I'd be tempted to want to bring a Super Argent Core along to try and take it on. That'd be about the only thing I'd think might actually stand a chance of taking it on. Sorry, I have a demanding, fluffy research assistant who's currently going, I need to be patted and made a fuss of. It happens. It happens. Oh. You've got up. Why have you got up? You know, some of the most fun I ever had in this game is... And I am being head patted for a reason. Ugh! Good God. You know, people don't understand that you beat me up. You know, they really don't get the idea that you beat me up sometimes. With your fluffy little ways. You just beat on your papa. Where can I request builds? In the chat. Basically, in the chat, if you request something be built, I will build it. I'm now going to build an opponent for it. And I'm going to see what they build. What's the, you know, what's its speed? 37.6 knots. What's that range? Yeah, let's go back to me. And these have range of 10.7, 10.4. It's 14.5 now. That makes more sense. And that's what that's 46. If we go but a 5.25 inch, so we have an idea of what the British caliber would probably have been for a cruiser. It was 50 cal. Okay, so you're more than welcome to request things, but I will say this honestly. If I skip over them because I've forgotten them, just remind me. It's not me being rude. It's me just forgetting because I'm doing something else at the time when you requested it. It's 48. Yeah, that will probably do. Sorry, that looked like it was off the center line, and I didn't want it off the center line. Right, let's get the weight down by 200 tons. And I also want that. Right then, let's go and have a look at this German one again, just before it gets sort of launched. It's got a nearly 2-knot advantage, massive range advantage, multiple maximum bulkheads, spacious quarters, limited anti-flood, limited all that stuff, and its gun range is 12.4 kilometers. Whereas my gun range is 15.6 kilometers. So we'll see. We will see. All torpedoes. Shall I ump them up? No. 21 inch. No, I don't want to drop any range. I'm just going to leave them standard torpedoes. Increased. Nah, standard. Let's see. We've got increased shells. What do you want to go for? Heavy shells or super heavy shells? That doesn't really help things. Light shells actually gives us an increased range. And gets up to 16.4 kilometers. Oh, also could allow us to carry increased torpedo ammo? No. Does it allow us to get up to anything else? Help boost up anything else? Mm-hmm. Semi-aiming piercing. Yeah, we'll go to the cap. Cap ballistic. And yeah, let's see what the range is again. Still, ooh. Our AP range is now 19 kilometers and high explosive range is 17 kilometers. Okay, so this thing is starting to sound like an anti-aircraft cruiser, because that's what it's basically loaded up for. Those have got terrible range, terrible aim. So let's go to this one again. Let's launch and see what happens, shall we? Hello, Ali. I haven't commented on the build you shared in Discord yet, Dr. Phonius, because if I will check Discord now on my phone, because then I can have this running at the same time. This is running on AI. I am cheating, but that's because I'm trying to be even and fair to it, rather than me commanding it and doing weird things with it, because I do weird things when I'm directly in command. Hello, Dr. Trophonius. Right then, let's see. We have... How is that still afloat? I am going to expand this, but this is what I've been sent through. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's that. That should not still be afloat. Under no circumstances should something with that water, amount of water over it, be afloat. And that is what we call in the business a machine gun cruiser. Semi-submersible is a nice way to put it. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to do well versus this German cruiser, because this has got 7-inch guns. But it's basically, it should be raining down a huge amount of firepower, and that's basically the plan. Smoke, go, smoke. Is this ship is apparently seeing the sheer volume of shells coming this way. Don't take this wrong way, but I would expect something to have hit. It's missing consistently. And there hasn't been damage to my sighting system. Basically, this is just fighting from inside smoke. There again, their aim isn't any better. The aiming system is actually proving pretty darn terrible. Good Lord, I didn't realise. Look at how many torpedoes this thing has on it. All underwater launchers, as well as on surface launchers. Goodness me, there's a lot of torpedoes. Loosing torpedoes. All things holy, loosing torpedoes. And now scoring some pretty big hits. Oh, it's got into 2-inch gun range. But at the point at which it's in 2-inch gun range, it should be getting absolutely massacred from 5.5-inch and 4.5-inch guns. This is the point. Because how you can miss at less than 9 kilometers, I do not know. That, yes, this ship would burn through ammo very, very fast. It's, as Garrus has just said, definitely would burn through ammo fast. It would do. But it would be in a fun way. In a very fun way. Also, just imagine the air defense of this vessel. In the case of, sir, we are passing through the greater flak storm. How many of these cruisers do they have? They have 3 with the carrier and the capital ship. Oh great. None of us are getting anywhere nearby anytime soon. It's a sea of exploding 5.5-inch shells. This is the thing, you close with this light cruiser, that's lovely. You've got 7-inch guns, you have chosen to close with this one. Yes, you have the big numbers, but you're now in 4.5-inch and 5.5-inch range. That thing would not be afloat anymore. I'm not quite sure how that thing is afloat. It's basically just a sea of constant damage readings leading up from above. Look, you start above it going damage, 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 damage. Machine gun cruiser, anyone? Hello, Jacob. I don't think this ship would ever have, or the British ship here would ever have full ammo. This is still a better cruiser than what the Germans actually built in, a light cruiser than the Germans actually built in World War II, but, you know, that's basically saying that the donut in Homer Simpson's hand is better than the donut in the shop. Of course it is, he can eat it. I'd watch out for his torpedoes. He does have torpedoes. But again, this is not the ship you want to get into a death spiral with. The closer you get to that ship, the nastier it's gonna get. It literally has automatic firing 5.5-inch guns on everything. I am not surprised it sank due to heavy flooding. Now, on Discord, where to put the UAD pics? Put them in the general chat for the moment, I think. It was welcome. I should set up a UAD channel on Discord. Highlighted message. Highlight my message. People keep have fun. I've suddenly realised I was going, I've not been highlighting messages. And they go, that's highlighted because people have been highlighting them. Cool. I didn't realise you could do that. Thank you for doing that, people. Alright then, so I've had some requests in to build. I've got done the 5.5-inch guns, and we've got the Agincourt in a UAD world, a cruiser in an Agincourt world. So in a world where there's an HMS Agincourt, what's my cruiser going to look like? Let's design my heavy cruiser because that's the most fun thing to design. So I want to do 36 knots. I want it to be narrow and as fast as possible. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Engine efficiency currently 0, but this thing is going to be fast as anything. Can I do 38 knots without too much effort? Probably can. So I want decent quarters and I want veterans because I'm not stupid. It's going to be oil fuel. It's going to have geared turbines of the highest type. Is that... I want... hang on. I want diesel auxiliary because that's one of their things. Four shafts, of course. Electro-hydraulic. The latest in Krupp style armour. Torpedo protection, double hull, anti-flood, probably on Citadel, weld. Yeah, we'll go with that because I might as well. So basically, once you get to a heavy cruiser of this size, they basically give you in UAD, rather than actually what I would call a cruiser style layouts, they give you a battleship style sort of Queen Anne's Mansion. Which, I know, someone's going to go, well, what about HMS London? And I've actually got the books about HMS London written by Ian Ballantyne around here. And yes, I know she looks a little bit like a Queen Anne's Mansion, but she's not a Queen Anne's Mansion. She really isn't. Halfway offset. Big funnels. Right then. Centerline guns. What am I going to build? I want a 9.2-inch gun. Oh, this is going to be fun. I want a barbette. So that's fairly decent. We'll soon sort out the weight discrepancy, etc. Let's go with... And secondary guns, we want our 4-inch again, because we like our 4-inch. We love 4-inch. We're Royal Navy. We love 4-inch. Or rather 4.5-inch. And 4-inch. And pretty much every other variation of that gun you can get. But we also need... We always need plenty of what is equivalently equivalent to pom-poms. Pom-pom placement. Pom-pom. Yeah, that's a good one. There you go. Yeah, that's enough pom-poms. So, rangefinder, sonar, and really she should have better than that, but hey-ho. Barbettes, range. So basically, I'm getting, before I start balancing everything, I am getting all the weights and guns and things done to the level that I would like them done to. And then I'll start balancing stuff. I think I'll leave them at light. Right then, let's see. What's our belt gonna be? Well, this is still still a cruiser. You can temporarily modify. Ooh. Like this boss for channel points. Huh? Golf sale. Oh. You can temporarily modify emotes too. Cool. I think the sound things are supposed to be playing. So, let's go with 9.2 guns. That's supposed to be 9.2 inch. 4.5 inch guns. Because, you know, this is the Royal Navy. And they're actually going to be 40 mil, which is 25.4 plus 50 plus 14.6 equals 40 millimeter. 14.6 is roughly 2/3, so roughly 1.6 inch. Yeah, that would. Well, I'll have to think about it for future. F for shipping. I will have to set up. I am hopefully going to be spending a lot of time at some point soon with the young Master Garius. And when I do, I am going to be spending a lot of time picking his brain going, how do I do this? How do I do that? Because I think it's best to learn from a master before I try and, well, before I basically muck it up trying to do it myself. And because I know that, quite simply, I could muck it up doing it myself. Oh! Can I do this? I can. This is going to be fun. So, we now have 15 9.2 inch guns. There's also a voting system. How do I do the switch thing, my dude? Pretty much. Pretty much it's going to be a case of, I have got this far with you sending me very nice videos and chatting away with me and helping me online. But when we're actually physically next to each other, hello, what does it happen when I press this button? What happens when this happens? And yeah, I've also got, I do realise I have to get a Steam Deck. I do realise I have to get a Steam Deck if I'm going to get this to work properly, because I do notice the issues when I click out of the game to go and sort things out, and it's just a case of, oh. Right then, and I'm still not overweight. I've sorted it out, and I have multiple 9.2 inch guns now. I'm not overweight. This is bad for me. This is bad. Aft offset. Oof. 4 belt. Foredeck. Ooh. Right then, and oh good lord, they're never going to be that big. So, Canada class cruiser. And I'm just checking my stats on the right period appropriate thickness for the turrets. Turret armor. Turrets were 1 inches thick in turret. So I'm going to put that down at 3 inches. 3 inches. And our barbette of 9 inches. And that's going to take them down quite a long way on the weight spectrum. So foredeck is going to go up in armor level quite a long way. And now that's got parity between the foredeck and the main deck in terms of armor. Aft weight is down to 10.3% over. Bum, 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 bum. And then we go dum, dum. I think that's okay. Do not press the red button. I will avoid pressing the red button. Probably. So, let's see. Yeah, those are all pretty darn good. Those are 43 cal. The standard British gun is about 50 cal, so I think I can just about go to that level and be happy. And that has taken me massively overweight now. That's annoying. But I will fix that. I will fix that very easily. By taking it down a little bit on the range. And then I have another couple of 100 tons to play with. So I can actually do bum, 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 bum. Ooh, that's looking. I wonder if I can do one more round. Oh. 6.5 inch belt, 6.5 inch fore belt, 4.1 inch main deck. Oh, 4 weight offset now. Eh. This is the heavy cruiser edition of something, but I don't think it's the King George V's. Because that's pure F3 on the front. That is pure F3. I.e. the unbuilt battle cruiser sort of fast battleship version on the Enel rods. Well, let's be honest, fast battleship version of Enel rods. Would have been able to do 28 knots, slightly less armor, but a lot more speed. And yeah, that's just pure. This is just gorgeous. And let's go see what our opponent is going to be. Just look at the design going, what am I taking on? How am I going to fight this? Okay. So, let's see what we have. They have Gen 2 radar. I'm not sure why they're doing it that, but it's got... Ooh. It's got some torpedo launchers. It's got about 6 of those, I'd reckon. It's got 6-inch 35 cal guns. And lots of torpedoes. What's their range? What is their range? I'm not sure. Is this basically an armored block? Is that it? It's got a main belt of 9 inches thick. Yeah, but the range of this is 30 odd kilometers, and the range of this one's main weapon is that's 9.9 kilometers. That's 9.9 kilometers. That's okay. I don't know about you, Gold, but I think the Agincourt era cruiser is going to be is probably not going to be a nice thing for this vessel to fight. I'm going to again put it on AI, so I am not interfering and not causing trouble. Okay, Diadem. Let's see what happens, because if we really had a D-class cruiser like you around, I'm not sure whether or not there would have been any other ships in the world. Left. This is just not necessarily good. I'm not sure what they've done, but they built a ship. Basically, they built a ship which was supposed to be an armored block. And I built a ship which is an actual hammer. And we'll see what happens, whether it's the... what exactly wins this battle. Oh, please tell me I haven't got into 4.5 inch gun range. Why? Why get into 4.5 inch gun range? No, do not mistake that thing for a battlecruiser. Okay, if the ship designers of the era had UAD, they'd have been very happy, but they'd also been sitting there railing against the AI. Because you can imagine the constructors who go to see on ships and see them in exercises would be going, no, it doesn't work like that. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. And so, yes, it'd be useful. Computer-aided design helps you in many, many ways in figuring out and visualizing a lot of what you're doing. But still, a lot of design does depend on having the knowledge and understanding of what you're doing in the first place. It's like I always teach my students, there's a reason they learn how to do these things without computers first, before we teach them how to do it with computers, is so they can tell when the computers are giving them twaddle. Because computers will always be confidently wrong. The AI is being a mess again. They now think this is a light cruiser. Honestly, considering its armor 6.3 inch guns, I would agree it is a light cruiser. But look, this is just... I'm more embarrassed for Diadem's commander, because, frankly, the fact that it's allowed it to get this close is worrying to me. Why? You know, this is the AI, and it's just going, I am allowing him to get this close. Your guns have a range of 30 kilometers, and you've allowed them to get to a range of, what? 5.5 kilometers? Why? And admittedly, you're probably thinking, I did that. That's what you did to the previous one, Alex. Yes, I did. But that thing did not have 9.2-inch guns. And I had a whole load of 5.5-inch. And this thing is armed with a few 6-inch and many different calibers. Admittedly, that is kind of accurate for the German Navy. Many different calibers. We have the perfect gun for every situation. It's just we have a bazillion situations in mind, so we carry a bazillion guns. Being zoomed on is very hard to hear me speak. Okay, sorry. When you get closer to the ship noises, it makes it more difficult to hear me speak. So I make myself a little bit louder. Right then, so, no, and, okay, if I got list, what was the next one? I did the UAD Cruiser, what was the next one on the list? There was one on the list after the UAD Cruiser. Build a ship with 21-inch guns and 21-inch main build armor. We'll see what we can do. I think we have to go to the latest period possibly in that, and we'd want to go to this. And it's got to be a battleship to be on that level. And design ship, and let's see what we can build. What is the largest guns we can build? Super battleship, yeah. Main guns, centerline guns. 20-inch. $20.9, you're quite correct. And the longest it will allow me to build them is to 20.9 and 29.9 59s. So, theoretical range of 50 kilometers and their current form. That's fairly decent. Increased shell rounds. If I go to light, how far does that go? Oh, I can now go to 51 kilometers. Let's go. What happens if I go to super heavy? That takes me down to 45.4. But that's super heavy shells. Auto. Electro-hydraulic. I'm basically assuming these shells are the most powerful shell I can build. I want the most modern armor I can get, the most engines I can get. Diesel electric auxiliary, sounds good. Turbine engines. I want gear turbines. I want full oil powered. There goes balanced. I'm going to have spacious crew, because I'm going to need a lot of them to keep these things going. And I want something with about 32 knots of speed. Now, let's see what we can get. Let's see. Right then, 4-way offset. Fairly massive, I presume? Yeah. Secondary tower. They'll give me one of those. That gives me 25 aiming speed. That gives me 25 aiming speed. Long range accuracy plus 9. Long range accuracy plus 9. 19.5 smoke interference. Plus 33 damage control. That one's better. I want to be spotting things a long way. So we'll get our 4-inch. Oh, the 4-inch just looks so petite on these things, don't they? Let's go for the... If we're going to go for a secondary, we're going to go for a 5.25-inch. And we're going to want a barb there. It's going to have to be enormous because that's all we can fit. That's all we can get on it. And centerline guns. Aft weight offset. Torpedo launchers, deck launchers, put them there. Still got the aft weight offset. We'll see what we can do then. Ship is overweight. Let's see what we can do. No, we went with 5-inch guns, haven't we? Right then, we've got everything broadly speaking underweight, but we'll see. We'll see what we have to put in. We want that, that. The best radar we can possibly get. And now let's work on the armor. Hello. 21-inch main belt. You wanted to have a 21-inch main belt. And you want it to be 21 knots. We'll see what we can do with that one. 21 knots does take it down a bit, but we can do that. 21-inch armor. That's going to be quite a thick main belt. That is a very thick main belt. And you want 21-inch torpedoes. I don't think you're going to get 7x3 on any definition of any speed. You've got 9. 9 21-inch will do. Within the limitations of increased ammunition and auto loading, because you need those all those things. You want 21-inch torpedoes. Oh, you might as well have those. And secondaries, let's make them up to 5.5s, and again as big as possible. They're 5.5-inch 50s. Yep. Ship is overweight by 10,000 tons. That doesn't really surprise me at this point. Doesn't surprise me it's overweight, massively overweight. But we'll see what we can do. Yes. Okay, so let's take that down to that. That down to that. that. Let's go to standard. That gives us a few thousand more tons left. Ooh, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else helps? What else helps? Sheesh! That's a main deck and a half. We'll take that down to 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches. Four inches on the superstructure. And down to 12 inches for you. So now I'm down to 8,000 tons overweight. Hi, Garsman. She is good. Let's see what we can do with making her fatter. How this affects her. Oh, this is a very wide girl. See, that's standard. What else do I need? I don't. Oh, hang on. I can put that down. I can. And I can put that down to. Let's see what that one gives me. Engine efficiency is still pretty darn good. For that one, let's see, can I take this down even further in weight? Negative 5% engine weight, negative 10% engine weight. I'm going to take this down to just conventional turbines. No, they are heavier, they are lighter. Let's see, can I go for DAS turbines? Lightest of all. Diesel. Diesel it is. Diesel turbine too. So I've got a diesel powered ship. What else can I do? Double. Anti-flood one. Ah! We got it down to weight. And anti-flood one. Okay. I know. I think that's about as close as I can get you to your 21-inch battleship. Not sure how this will work. Let's go see what our opponent's going to be. Oh, yeah. It's going to be my old friend. The Ostfriedland. Hello! Hello, Step Up Bob. Thanks for following the channel. See, I do have some sound alerts rigged up. However, this vessel's capable of doing 30 knots, and those guns have a range of 31.4 kilometers. To this vessel, which is capable of doing 21 knots, and those guns have a range of 60 kilometers. Let's launch and see what happens, because this could be interesting. I have no idea how the AI will resolve this one. I really don't. You're going under AI control. You are basically the British 21-inch gun standard. Oh my lord. You're already in range. There is a German ship somewhere off in the distance going, I've got to get closer! I've got to get closer! This is not going to be fun. Oh, UAD is fun. You can do a lot of... Well, I do historical stuff and all sorts of weird stuff with it. I'm doing Rome Total War on Sunday. The new version of it, the remastered version. That's the game I'm playing Sunday. And it's going to be fun. I want to go see if anything's actually hitting the German vessel. Let's see. Anything actually... this is the other question. Does the German ship actually know it's being fired at? This is the first question I would like to ask it. I think it does. I don't think it's being hit. I think those shells lasted were a rather long way away. Radar-controlled shells firing at 16 kilometers. That's in. If that actually was taking place in 1940, there would be a very different World War II. Considering the only nation which had the radar level which could probably have achieved that at that time would have been the UK. Because if you consider the amount of investment the British have done into ship radar by that point, and deployment of it, they had, at one point, the Royal Navy had the same amount of ships deployed with radar as the rest of the world's navies combined, I think in 1939. Yeah, this thing gets hit by a 21-inch shell, it's going to cease to exist. Yes, you do. The campaign is pretty tough. I have a friend who has been playing the campaign and who's been having a lot of fun with it. He likes to call me up and go, "How do you get past this stage?" And I go, "Well, I did this and this." And he goes, "Yeah, that hasn't worked for me." And I went, "Okay, let's try and figure it out." The other thing quite a lot of people found is that it doesn't, in the campaign, it doesn't treat your battleships like you think it would treat your battleships. It doesn't. Where are the shells coming from? I've lost track. This thing is sailing along going, where am I being fired from? It's just going, hello? Oh, I'm over here. This is a case of, there are shells coming from, broadly speaking, that direction, okay? There are shells coming from that direction, Ostfriedland. England declared war on France and Russia, so he's in a bit of a pickle. It happens! That's not an unusual history, actually, England declaring war on France and Russia. Steve, I'm playing Rome Total War as the Britons. Enjoy. I'm planning on playing it, starting off by playing as the probably the Scipii, and then my plan is to, after we've played it, to ask people whether they would like to go to Empire Total War, back to that, or whether they like to do another Rome Total War game. Because the thing is, the point of the videos is I try and answer history questions while playing the games. And I enjoy the games, and I enjoy the time off, and I also enjoy talking through the history stuff with all of you. And near misses are ripping it apart. Yeah, that's the problem. When you've got shells that big coming in. And then there's this thing, which is just... let's be honest, I could have not put any armor on her at all. The only reason I put armor on her is because in a world where this exists, someone is going to try and build something to match it. But, yeah, that's as low to the water profile as I can build while still having a ship which is afloat. Ostfriedland over here just going, I have no idea where I'm being fired at from. I would like to lodge a formal complaint. This is not fair. I have so far been surprisingly unvanquishable at certain points. can play. There are various versions of Rome that you can play, and they have the Britons as a faction. You have a few factions you can play in Rome Total War. My personal favourites are the Seleucids, because I like the cavalry I get, but also I like the infantry. You can get legionnaires with decent cavalry. How to survive that hit? Well, the AI, because in reality, if you're hit by a 21-inch shell, there isn't going to be a stern left. And if you look at here, it's somehow been hit on that side. I think it just got hit. Oh, it's spotted. The Ostfriesland has spotted. Also, it's getting partial penetrations apparently with its shells. I'm not sure how they're partial penetrations. Hello, what do you want? I have something fluffy percolating around. Gallop around the garden. Gasman, just watching the French about video by now to show what you mean when during the drone also was about pre-drone platforms something useful. Please note, yes, agree, but remember I call them sovereign battleships, not pre-drone. Because, and it's always annoyed me, and I've only recently, it's only been about the last 2 months I've decided this. Because the sovereigns are really the first class, and honestly it's good, which makes them more elite into what is commonly termed as a pre-drone. The sovereigns. They're all sovereigns. You know, we don't. It's the only class of ships and style of ships we name after the thing that comes after, and that's a contracted naming system, because by calling them pre-dreadnought, it automatically suggests to people, oh, these battleships weren't any good because they were pre the dreadnought. When in fact they were actually very good for their time. You can't hear me over the guns of the ships. Hopefully that is far enough away you can hear me. I have reduced the desktop audio level. The next request is a max displacement Japanese super battleship. Okay. Is this a max displacement super battleship that they could theoretically actually build, or just something they can build in UAD? Because what they can build in Australian, have you actually fired a shot in this scenario? No. I agree. This is why I call them, you know, we have to name them something. We have ironclad battleships, and the traditional nomenclature they use now is this one, the ironclad, the pre-dreadnought, and then the dreadnought. And I find that wrong, so I call them the ironclad, the sovereigns, and the dreadnoughts. UAD, super Japanese battleship. Okay. We can produce something. We can produce something. There is definitely a big floof wandering around. Currently on this side. Now he's back on this side. Hello. What are you up to? Oh, yes, big fluke has taken over. Your questions are now being answered by Raleigh, the fluffy research assistant. And your Friedland does not look to be in a good condition. Hello. Yes, he's a big poodle, and he's answering questions. Oh! Now here's the question. Why, in all name of all things holy, have... Well, I suppose at the top speed of 21 knots they can't really get away from them. But it's taken all this time for them to get within range. But let's be honest, would you really want to close to the point at which you're in range of these guns? Because yes, you have a rate of fire, but look what's happened to you in the meantime. They're just not nice. Who has the best business? Very, very tough. Very, very hard. Yes, you are. It's I'm very surprised with this. Let's go for Japan. And we're going to see what they can take on with taking on Germany again. It just blew a magazine. It blew something. What is your favourite pastime? What is your favourite pastime? Oh, good lord. Okay, what is your favourite pastime? Eating biscuits. Okay, eating biscuits is favourite pastime. And... next thing, if I remember correctly, was pinning me to the chair. Yes, that's definitely his favourite pastime. Oh, good lord. You design super battleship as big as we can in this game. Oh, good lord. Hello. Do you want something by any chance? Yes, you do. You want some biscuits. Hello. Don't tell your mummy that I give you them. Who gives? I think the best tummy rubs definitely comes from me, because I'm the one who has him on my lap more often than not, aren't I? Hey, caramba. This is a very short-ranged ship at this point. Oil. Makes more sense. Balance. Turbines. Gas turbines. Ooh. 10,000 kilometers now. I can go to diesel engines. 14,000 kilometers. Things getting better. Best armor that I can get in the game. Best everything. Start off with the best everything and then work on my way down if I need to. Let's see what guns I can get. Now, I'm supposed to look at Discord for inspiration, I think. Towers to be the extreme ends. Okay. We'll see what we can do with that. Now, I realise I am taking my inspiration from a very certain ship design here, but we'll see. How's that? No, delete the front. Oh, good lord. Okay. When I press the shift button, there's a limitation to what I can get it to. This is gonna be interesting. You want me to do it with side guns with barbettes? Could do, but honestly, it's going to be interesting enough from its perspective of its actual control. But Jonathan is personally slowly but steadily persuading my landlord closer to give me permission to have pets, aka doggo. Always. Always. No, Mum doesn't watch my Twitch. She watches many things of mine. She doesn't watch my Twitch. Let's try and get these shells up to something approaching. Well, actually, what I might do, put them there. Out there. That can roll forward. I want it to be as beamy and as shallow draft as possible. So that would make it work to an extent for what I'm planning on doing. Halfway offset, that's fine. That should work. That should work. Barbettes. Basically, I've put a nail rod in the middle. This would certainly make someone die from a heart attack. It's causing me enough stress. Enough stress, yes, definitely. And You want secondaries. What do you want for the secondaries? This is a curse. This is definitely something weird. I'm going for secondaries 8-inch guns. Like that. And that. And the 8-inch guns are going to be, again, the most powerful I can make them. Ship is overweight by 10,000 tons. Some guns have poor sectors of fire. Which, yeah, many of these guns have poor sectors of fire. So, I'm sure that all the suggested configuration burn better the ship. Potentially. Let's go see what our German counterpart is. It's Jos Friedland again. Let's launch and see what happens. So again, I'm sticking on AI and I'm just letting it... This is gonna get sunk. Well, it might not. It might not. I've got two... Actually, no, I'm going to have to go back. I've got 2 quadruple turrets and 1 triple. So that's not right. Now that's right. It's 2,000 tons over. Take the aft belt down to 6. Take the aft deck down to 5. Take the conning tower down to 12. Take the superstructure down to 3. Citadel armor down to 3. Inner belt down to 6. And that's, yeah, that's about right. Pitch. Yeah, pitch is deadly on this ship. I have no idea how to fix that, really. The sheer amount of to increase, I had to increase draft to get pitch down to an acceptable level. I've had to increase draft. Give me a few extra tonnage for things, so I could go for let's see, reinforced bulkheads. Yeah. Barbettes 5. Yes. Anti-flood number 3. Thank you. Triple hold. Oh, good lord, that's wrecked pitch again. We'll leave that everything as it is. Can we go to standard quarters? Yeah. And we will put veterans in here again, because, you know, we're being nice. We'll go to spacious quarters with veterans. Let's launch again. Okay. Ship request the German tribal. Oh, we will do that. German tribal coming next. Mainly because I want a just see what happens. I suppose this would be a good ship that they could sort of dress up and pretend was a freighter. Because if you built something like this, nobody would believe that was a battleship. Everyone would believe it must be some form of freighter. And so you could possibly get that through, but yeah, that just looks wrong. This just looks wrong. That just looks wrong. Have the German tribal face the French tribal. Ooh. That's nasty. Oh, that's nasty. Shall we go see how the German vessel is doing? Do you realise you're under fire yet by the weirdest looking ship ever? Okay? Ostfriedland, you have done me a favour on many occasions and you've taught me many lessons. You have been an unsinkable ship on several occasions. Do me a favour, sink this ship. Okay? Sink this ship. I have a feeling you won't, just literally because of the odds against you, but please sink this ship. But to show the reinforced bulkheads on this ship thing are so thick. That you can actually see them when you go inside the hull. There you go, there's the reinforced bulkheads. When you have armour and bulkheads that thick, they sharpen on your hull. It's a little scantlings, I mean the fittings. This is a pretty cool view of this ship actually. Yeah, this could absorb a commenter. Doesn't let me go underneath the water under it. And of course, this one is actually faster than the British one was earlier, so yeah, this one could well dictate the battle a lot more because it can do 26 knots, and whilst this vessel can do all of 30 knots, that 4 knot advantage is it still has to get within range. Zoom out a little. Close zoom from downrange to the guns makes you hard to understand. Apologies. There's the Ostfriedland. That is some full of shot. That's a very spread full of shot. That's a very, very spread full of shot. I will look on Discord after the battle. Actually, I'll look on Discord now, honestly. Hello. How are you doing? Why is it... How are you managing to send me messages on WhatsApp while you're sitting next to me? And why are you sending me messages on WhatsApp while you're sitting next to me? Why is there a fluffy poodle sending you messages on WhatsApp? Yeah, let's check the general. Ooh, Seneca. Seneca, at that point, I'm not sure what you've built at that point, Seneca, but I don't think it's a battleship. I think it's an arsenal ship of some kind when it's got that many 21-inch guns. There are many potentials. You've had to put in a funnel in the middle of your guns. I didn't put a funnel in the middle of my guns. That's because you wanted probably a speed, I presume, or something for them. You've put a 20-inch, 19-inch, 18-inch, 17-inch. You have put every single gun you have got in your Chikusa. That's nice. That's slightly worrying. From a logistics point of view, that's going to drive someone to insanity. On a logistical point of view, that would drive someone to insanity. It really would. I have a feeling you would have definitely a very upset logistics officer, and if they were an engineering officer of the caliber of Drakinefeld, I have a feeling that they would be crying. Oh, well, Freeland's now in firing range. Basically, my family has about 3 websites. One is family communications, and one is the Fluffy Research Assistant, and one is labeled for the Assistant Fluffy Research Assistant. So, you know, this is how we communicate. And occasionally, therefore, you get messages from the Fluffy Research Assistant. And the one I'm getting is, it's almost time for my dinner. We're now firing your 15-inch guns bravely. Let's go and see what the Yashima is like. Oh, the Yashima has taken damage. I am not surprised. I am not surprised. The Yashima has taken damage. She has 12 20.9-inch guns though. Freeland hasn't taken any more damage. Again, this game does seem to be really penalised against the quadruple guns, and honestly, from an accuracy perspective, I'm not sure why. They were for a major bit of a nightmare, but they weren't. The idea that they were automatically not as accurate as triple turrets does not fall through. They're basically as accurate as any other gun system. Gravity takes them to the target. Gun accuracy of any single Tsar gun, 99.9%. That's not good, is it? none of them seem to be hitting. It hasn't got to that close a range yet. Yeah, the Japanese vessel is terrible at hitting things in this game. Japanese accuracy is an issue. In real life, the Japanese were actually some of the best in long-range gunfire of any nation. But they didn't. You see, the thing is, they only introduced radar when they realized we get Yamato and Musashi from. So, no. For their battleships. But their optical range finding is very good. And in training, optical range finding in World War II on a good day can be just as dangerous as radar controlled one. Oh, Friedland is on fire. Main deck. The nicest way, if that hit your main deck, you wouldn't just have a partial penetration. This is what I find interesting. This is what I was basically. We are judging that if you are hit by a nearly enough 21-inch shell, which would weigh... Fudge, let's see, let's think about it. A 21-inch shell, the best part of 3 tons, possibly, depending on the shaping and size of the shell. When that hits you, that's going to be a lot of explosive, a lot of energy. That's not going to stay outside. Well, that is the thing that's sort of interesting in this game. Because of the way the rangefinders are mated into the system, they don't yet turn and show what it's targeting. I have a feeling that could be a later update, because they are illustrated enough they could be turned into some sort of subordinate turret position, which turn. They could do. They obviously have the turning mechanism, the pointing mechanism, because they use it for their turrets. They just need to integrate it in them. So stop shooting Volta. Yeah, that's not much different. Yeah, that's the V40. Imagine the V40 condensed to a much, much smaller object than the V40, and add on that it's coming packed at high explosive. Guns are now pointing up. Yeah, someone has told me actually that I should set up the flukes with the Fluffy Research Assistants with their own Twitter account. They've got enough videos. I'll be recording videos all day tomorrow with the Fluffy Research Assistant is going to get his me cut my own hair using the good old electric which I bought a couple of years ago. Large. 6 to 8 minutes. Best part of I think we get mates rates now for about, so it's about 60. Yeah. I think the than the humans do. Why did you get into 8-inch range? It's not sensible. You've got into 8-inch range. Yeah, you're damaged, but let's be honest, that thing is not long for this world. So the case of, yeah, at long range, you are scary, because, but I can dodge because I can actually physically actually see them coming through the air. They're that big. Definitely playing in range. There's 8-inch shells going down on me, and yeah, I'm just damaged. Oh, this is not. This thing could cook off. Going to do Italian versus French. Let me just check to Garrus's message. German tribal. French versus German tribal. Okay, it's going to be a destroyer. And it's going to be French. Ooh. France, yes. Destroyer. Design ship. So, let us consider the French tribal. Modern destroyer leader, yes. Oh, you look beautiful. Yeah, we'll lie shamelessly. Some more lying shamelessly. Right then. Beam as narrow as we can. Draft as shallow as we can. Weight 1,500 out of 2,500 tons. Ooh. Cool. This is a ship that's going to interest me. Let's see what we can put on her. Main tower. Oh. Hang on, that looks very British. That doesn't look French at all. That looks very British in design. That is a very British. That is a very British shape. In fact, that is definitely a that is not a French shape. That is a British shape. That looks like frigating Haida. Well, it's a French super tribal, so let's give it something which makes it very French. Automatics. Oof. What's 24 inch? Ooh. 2 triples. shall I go for a single? Like that. Very nice. And I will go for 24-inch. The biggest torpedoes I can get. Increased torpedo supply. Yeah, this thing's going to be as massively powerful as I can make it. Right, and let's make that to 5.5-inch guns. And up those as much as we can. We are now officially overweight. By 40-odd tons. What can we do to take it down? Well, we can take down that armor for starters, because you don't need that armor for a destroyer gun. You really don't. And what else can we take down? We need decent quarters. We need veterans. We need... Oh, we're now 100 tons. We're now a little bit overweight, but not as much as I was worried we'd be overweight. So let's take us down to a single hull. Yeah. Now I got 100 tons left. Time for the AA guns. Where am I going to stick you lot? I've got dual purpose everywhere they can go. That's when you start to realise, people go, oh, why didn't they carry more AA guns? Well, because there's a limit to what you can actually fit on the frigating things. They have a certain amount of space, and that space is finite. Does it have hydrograss suspension? Not quite, but I am doing that with it. Actually, I wonder. That actually lets me fire forward at a better angle. And is a trick which was used at the time. But that means I can't swing all the way around. And I want to be able to swing all the way around. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So I can swing all the way around. Because then I can fire more. And I want to be able to fire more. Yep. This is the French done. So let's go to the German. And right then, so, oh good lord, hull. Yeah, this is their destroyer leader hull. Oh, it's weird. Okay, yeah, let's just admit it's weird. Okay, we'll just go with it's weird. It's a really weird setup. I am not quite sure why they've designed it the way they have, but they have. I really don't like the German designs on this game for their destroyers. They don't really match up to what I see as the German destroyers being. Okay. This is my version of what I would build in the parameters of this game if I was building the German equivalent of a tribal. I have a feeling this will win the fight. Even if I am accurate on everything that's installed. That destroyer crews are pretty good. It's got that. Make it oil. And, well, if we can make diesel, because I do like building the diesel Kriegsmarine. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Given the quality of some French destroyers, stealing design of HMCS Hyder would be an improvement. Yeah, but the contre-torpedoes were actually pretty darn good. AI in charge, go have fun. I have a feeling the German will win this. They have more torpedoes. See what I mean? It looks weird. Now the German destroyers, they look many things, but they didn't look weird. Should have probably upgraded those guns to 5.9 inch, and I think I left them at 5 inch. I love the way this is basically just scooting across going, yeah, I'm going to wag my tail out. Which is actually quite normal. Destroyers did zigzag like that. That's what I mean. That's what I talk about a destroyer fight, and how nasty it gets, and how it's basically they're just constantly trying to range on each other, and basically maneuver each other. And then you've got this thing which is behaving like it's a battleship. I have a feeling the German vessel is going to win this fight. Even though it's ugly as anything, but I do have a feeling it's going to win this fight. But it's progress now. again, destroyers closing to this range, it means only one thing. They're trying to get into a range in which they can do a torpedo drill. And again, this thing can launch double the torpedoes that the French one can. And as you can see, it's just scored a torpedo hit, which is basically... Well, actually no. The French one scored a torpedo hit. And... Oh, it's got hit by a torpedo as well. That's not good. I think the French one is going... that's going down. That torpedo hits... Oh, that's scuffed. That is scuffed. It's out. There you go. Torpedo hit. Told you the French was going to lose. So... let's see, let's do an Italian one. Where's Italy? There's the Italy! Hello, Italy! Design ship, Italy. Let's look at your destroyer design. You've got a hybrid destroyer. Oh, you I will have fun with. The maximum displacement. Minimum beam. Oh, you're gonna be fun. Minimum draft. Standard accommodation, and we're going to give you better crew than you had than the Germans have, because you did have better crew than the Germans had. Gear turbines, auxiliary. Let's see what you look like. Oh yeah, everything's gonna be good for you. You're gonna be lovely. Best armor, the best everything. Oh. Oh, now that does look Italian, and it also looks a little Japanese, let's be honest, but it does look Italian. And the secondary tower. Oh, now that looks good. That looks very Italian. Oh, this is very Italian. Oh, yes. This is Italian. You will not have a torpedo disadvantage versus your counterpart. Oh no, you will not. You will have that. And your main guns. Oh, you're going to have the very Italian 5.5 inch. Oh, you are. Maybe I'll go for the 5.9 inch. Oh, you look gorgeous. Let's see, stereoscopic, you had better sonar. You had probably the equivalent sonar on the German military. RDF, and about the same radar. So, what else do we want to do with you? We want to sort out your guns, don't we? 5.9s. To the maximum. And then we want your secondaries. Oh, I'll give you 2-inch guns. 50mm guns. That's not unusual for you. Let's see, where should we put you? Oh, there. And there. Yes, that gives you some plenty of air defense. You are looking good. Let's go to the guns. Auto. Torpedoes. 24-inch. The increased ammo. We're gonna bump everything up to your maximum. Barbettes to 5. Right. And of course you're Italian, so you had no belt, no full belt, full weight at all, no, well, probably full deck armor. Probably just an armored deck, really, is what you really had. I need to drop 300 tons from you to get you to right scenario. So what do I drop? Well, that. Leave it at standard bulkheads. Take it to Belbet 4. 3. Yeah, that'll do. What else do I want to do? Standard bulkheads. Yay, that'll do. And I want to set them get you faster. That's alright. Now let's go check out our German counterpart. And she won the last battle, didn't she, versus the French? But I should have made her guns 5.9s. And I didn't. And that is on me. And full weight offset. We'll take that down. So, let's launch and see. To the AI control, to let it go, and let's see what happens. We have evenly created both. I am... Oh, good lord, that's jiggering. That's jiggering. Yeah, that's better. This is the DD Dada. A lot of C6 sailors. Basically, it's Italian. It's designed for the Mediterranean. It's not designed for what I think is the North Atlantic. Let's go and see the wave height. Yeah, that's more North Atlantic than Mediterranean. That's not what the Italian destroyers were designed for. Oh, good lord. I'm not sure how, but they're actually... Oh, they scored a torpedo penetration. The Italians got a torpedo penetration. And yeah, pretty much that decides the battle. It basically, whichever one hits the other with a torpedo first wins. It's whichever one hits whichever one with a torpedo first that wins in a destroyer fight. In this game. In World War II, it was whichever ship managed to blow up the other bridge. Although that did work on occasion with some British destroyers because they just proved too stubborn to die. And there was an Italian destroyer. Oh, good lord! They both got hit by torpedoes, so both are sinking. Both sunk. Both sunk. I know it's a battle lost. It's a, you know. No. Let's make this the British. And I'm going to say, just for fun, I'm going to make it the Italians. Because we're going to fight the Italian one. I'm going to design a ship for the British. And it's a modern destroyer leader. We're going to make it as heavy as it can be. As heavy as it can be. Chunky beam. And we'll see what... How is it the French get a more British-style destroyer system than the British do? Because that is not a British-style destroyer top. In fact, that's not even a sloop. So how come the French have got a British-style destroyer top and the British haven't? Because that is not the British style. In any way, shape or form. Oh. Sorry, Fluff. I need to move your pillow. Yes, I need to move your pillow. You're using my bag as your pillow. Okay. Please note. And many of you I'm hoping probably already know this, but if you don't, when I start critiquing things like destroyer design of the Royal Navy, I do have a sort of basis of knowledge going on here, and I can tell you not a single one of those ships, and thank you for agreeing with me, Fluffy Research Assistant, looks like that bridge structure. Not a single one. I'd rather prefer not to have your paw in my mush again, you know. Never quite sure where your paw's gone. They're nice this way. I love you dearly, but not a paw in the mush. I think they might have messed up the British and the French parts. Yeah, they messed up something. That does look more like a French one than a British one. I just don't. Just, yeah. Nah. It's not right. Okay. If you're going to try and get up in my lap, get up in my lap. Oh, okay. Up you go. Oi. Alright. Knocking everything on the floor, are we? Okay. Alright. Hey! Good lord. Hey! Oi, oi. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Ah. Oi. Oi, vey. I'm being taken over by a floppy research assistant. Let's go for the main guns. Yeah, we'll put tribbles. Super firing. And that's wins. We want triples. Now. Thank you. Sorry, I'm currently getting my hand licked, which is very, very kind of the poodle, but not really that helpful for when I'm trying to place stuff. Now, let's see, what else can we put in here? So these are going to be 4.7-inch guns. Stop it. They're going to be the maximum length I can make them. Yeah. I love you too. But it's very difficult for me to do this with you licking my whole arm. Now, rangefinder, acoustics, yeah. Radio, audio. Hello. Can someone tell me if I get the correct radar? Plus 50% to torpedo range. Yes. Hello. I honestly can't see. These are. I'm building it all as super and the best, you know, it can be built. But honestly can't see what I'm doing at certain points. So if you see me do a complete boo-boo, tell me. Just tell me, and I will fix it. Hello. So, yes, you're gorgeous. Slightly more on the guns than anything else. Kind of like British. And 2-inch guns should be around here somewhere. But again, this looks more like the French one than the French one did. The French one looked more like the British one. It's really, really strange. Really strange. Yep. Let's go. Let's see. Rather highly reflective route, or rather, would be infinitely better to link in the chat. Thank you, Seneca Nero, for posting a link. I should have done. I should have thought that, but I was in the middle of ranting. Apologies. Look, the second edition is coming out, is out soon, so you might want to hold off for that to come out before you buy the copy, because that has all it's the joy of a first book anyone writes. You know, it's got issues with it, but not too many bad ones. Romola? Again, I'm not sure. That sounds more like an Italian name than... I have no idea what was going on. Well, no idea what's going on. That doesn't sound like... It's got the British flag flying for it, so it's the British destroyer, but goodness knows what's happened with the design package of the destroyers. Because that looks more like a French destroyer than it does a British destroyer. And even then, it doesn't look like later French destroyers in 1940. It looks like a Flower Class Corvette from 1940. That had that kind of superstructure. This is going to sound strange, but I'm going to take control of this for just a second. Because there is no point in you trying to keep it ranged on. Oh, this is the trouble. When you're doing it under AI control, you do the automatic avoiding, and you can't really do that as... Yep, sunk. Which never happened in actual in the actuals. Let's go back and go exit. Yeah, let's check out what the Italian ship was, because they're supposed to be using mine. And that's got a range of 18 kilometers. And the Italian ship's guns have a range of 25 kilometers. And the torpedoes have a range of 16 kilometers. And my torpedoes have a range of 23 kilometers. Interesting. Okay, let's do something which the Royal Navy never did. Cause this guy, let's see if the game rules are what's requiring. They're going, no, 4.7 inch gun can never be the same, as good as a 5 inch gun. You're going, yeah, you guys listen to too much of the people who go, yeah, it's just the 5 inch gun's just obscenely brilliant. It is. It is obscenely brilliant, but it's not overwhelmingly so. So, British would be 5.2. Well, let's be honest. Let's get the British up to 5.9, and let's take this up to as maximum as we can. And see what happens. Again, this is what I don't understand. According to this, the British gun is now locked by the gun in front. Is average firing any higher? Yeah. Okay. Fine, I have to do that. I will do that. That's not historically accurate at all, but hey-ho. Ship is overweight. I'm not surprised the ship is overweight. I have now loaded up with 5.9 inch guns. So, let's go for barbettes. Freeze. And let's start working our way down the various systems. Single hull. Standard bulkheads. We've lost 200 tons. Anything else I can drop that I don't really care about in a destroyer? Bless you. I know that's myself, but hey ho. 34. I've got that. Takes me down. Yeah. And that takes me down. Definitely. Probably that's enough. And if I can get back up to 36 then. Yeah, that's okay. Plus, I've got 8 tons left to play with. What can I do? What can I do for 8 tons? No. Nothing interesting. Let's see what we can do. Probably 3rd edition will get the Canada, because it has to be a 3rd edition before they'll allow me to add in any troops, and 3rd edition might well get the Australian trip as well added in if I get to Australia. You know, it's if I get to Australia, that's the thing. Whatever happens. Gareth is waiting for the audiobook. Actually, that's something I have a question. If you know, maybe if we can. That's something I have as an idea for our little crew, Gareth. No, again. They're firing already, and I'm not. Let's check the stats. Okay. So they have a range of 22.2 kilometers. They're 5.9 inch 38s. Okay. They are 5.9 inch 52s. Alright. So they have a range of 24.9 kilometers. So the guns are really, really super heavy on the Italian vessel, which is one of the reasons why it's so dominating. And it's got massive torpedoes. So it does show how useful the hybrid destroyer, super destroyer the Italians were building would have been. Let's launch and see what happens, but I have a feeling I'm going to get sunk again. I think this is one of those times what I really need to have brought to the fight was an Aerofuser class. And this will be the last fight before I take certain people in for their meals. They are complaining. Or rather, their tummy's complaining. Come on, let's see what's happening. Let's see what you're up to. Already on fire, damage, flooding. A torpedo hit. Surely it's run into a torpedo. No, it's the 5.9 inch guns. Yeah. There's a torpedo coming now, but yeah, it's the 5.9 inch guns. See what I mean about the very, very dangerous people that are the Italian Navy? You're cute and fluffy. Right. I feel like I'm about to sing. Or rather, my Romanola is. So, you know, there's a button up there, which I think, which is over there, I think, which if you press, it makes a noise about if you sank my battleship. Yeah, it's the 5.9 inch guns. Oh, the Italian 5.9 inch guns are good. Yeah, this is not gonna be a float. They sunk my battleship. Or rather my destroyer. Anyway. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed today the video. I'm going to go into this again, just so we can finish by looking at the very, very nice Italian equivalent of a Tribal class destroyer, which is basically a small cruiser in destroyer form, but it is gorgeous. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And, yeah, the Italian ships, good. French designs look British. The British designs That does not look like a British destroyer in World War II. It could sort of look like something from World War I, but even then I'm not really sure. No, it just doesn't. Thank you very much, Aaron. Take care, and see you for Rome on Sunday. Toodles. Oh. I almost forgot to say goodbye. Thank you, Jonathan Moon. Thank you, Ali Loves History. Thank you, Guardsman. Thank you, King's Rook. Seneca Nero. Thank you, Spike. Thank you, Garius. Thank you, everyone who's been watching. Ali Loves History. We've had all sorts of people. We've had lots of people watching today. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's really kind of you. Take care and hope you had a nice day and hope you enjoyed.